Now in this video clip, we're looking at using the substitution method to solve a pair of simultaneous equations. On the screen, we have x plus 2y equals to 1 as equation 1, 4x plus 5y equals to minus 2 as equation 2. In the elimination method, we simply find a way to eliminate one of the variables and then solve for one. That's the second one. And then substitute that value back into any one of the pair of equations and then solve for the eliminated variable. We are still going to do the same thing, but from the back door. The name substitution method plays around by expressing one variable in terms of the other. You study both equations, look at them, see which one is easier for you, and then you try to express one of the variables in terms of the other variable. Here we have variable x, we have variable y. I'm going to express one in terms of the other. Take one and express as a function of the other one. I look at equation 1. It appears to be a very simple and straightforward equation. Why? I just have here x plus 2y is equal to 1. Wow. I can easily say x is equal to 1 minus 2y if I transfer 2y to the right hand side. So here I can say, oh, I've been able to express my x in terms of y. So this expression here, 1 minus 2y, now represents x. I can now take this expression which represents x and go to equation 2. Remember I started from equation 1. And look for wherever I can find x, I will deposit, or if you like, call it substitute. That's where the name comes in. I will substitute. In place of x, I will insert 1 minus 2y. So I'll go to equation 2, where I have 4x plus 5y as minus 2. I will take my x out and replace it with 1 minus 2y. And that is where we get the name, the substitution method. So that's it. From equation 1, we're able to express x in terms of y by transferring our 2y to the right hand side, and we have 1 minus 2y. We now substitute that value, 1 minus 2y, the expression that we have for x now, in the second equation. So where we see x there, we are going to throw in 1 minus 2y. So I'll now say, oh, this is 4x plus 5y equal to what? Minus 2. Okay, instead of writing my x, I'll say 4 times 1 minus 2y, because that's my x, plus 5y is equal to minus 2. Now opening this bracket, 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times minus 2y is minus 8y plus 5y. That gives me minus 2. Of course, I can solve for my y now. If you look at this very well, that's why I say it's elimination method through the back door. I've been able to eliminate x by finding an expression for x in terms of y. I've thrown x out of the system. Now I can easily find my y. Minus 8y plus 5y will give me minus 3y. I have my 4 here. So this is 4 minus 3y equals to minus 2. And we can play this out. And we have here, this is where we are. 4 minus 3y is equals to minus 2. Now we are looking for y, so we transfer our 4 to the right hand side, and we have minus 3y equals to minus 2 minus 4, which gives us minus 6. Now dividing both sides by minus 3, we obtain that our y is equal to 2. So now that we know what y is, can we find x? Of course, do the same thing we did in elimination. Take the value of y and go to either equation 1 or equation 2 to get x. But why go that far? Already I have an expression here that says x is equal to 1 minus 2y. So I won't even go too far. Just simply say, oh, I have here that x is equal to 1 minus 2y. That was the expression we obtained from equation 1 earlier on. Now we know that our y is 2. Our x, therefore, will simply be 1 minus 2 times 2, which is what? 1 minus 4. And that gives us minus 3. So our x is minus 3. And our y is what? Our y is 2. So there we are. x minus 3, y equals to 2. So you can see substitution method is a bit similar to the elimination method. The objective at the end of the day is to throw away one of the variables and then find the value for the second variable, then come back and get the second one. Next video clip, we look more into the substitution method.